Better has a number of items as well.
Mr. Better.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, you know, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
Like a big old honker. I like a big nose.
Old nose. Give me that big bitch. You know,
yeah,
like, I'm into it.
Come over here, cluck cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving on up in my biz, cluck cluck, running. You gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Hello, lovies. Happy Wednesday. It is October 22nd, 2025. And we are here, bitches. Our wizards and warlocks, we have convened for a meeting of the Coven, first of our name. Okay? We are here for a witchy Wednesday because whatever was occurring in the Commonwealth on this day, it shall go down in history as one of my favorite days. You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I am putting down? Lovies, get yourself a Diet Coke of unknown origin, potentially a snack because it's Thick'em season. Okay? Get your lip gloss and let us talk all the shit. I'm so excited. Hi, I love you. How are you? Oh, Diane G says, free my boy. Is your boy TB? Because he's damn near freed, babe. Okay? I see something. Today, is there something in the water? We love that dirty water. Boston, you're our home. Charles River, 1990. Okay? I live Riverview Ave. And my brother was in the back. Okay? Tommy was in the back. And there was a way for you to get into the Charles River. You don't go in the Charles. Why? Because there are problems. Okay? You potentially will get a bacterial eating fungus. There are a lot of things that could go wrong. And I went in. Does that say a lot about me? Probably. Has it made me the person I am today? Yes. And I'm not afraid. Okay. So, lovies, do you feel good? Do you feel witchcrafty? Yes. Spacey Stacy, Robin G, put on all comments, Robin G, because it's about to be Funky Town. I am so excited. Oh, yes. Rock Chick Z has her popcorn and a fruity drink. I love that. Howdy, everyone from the Thunder Horse, not to be confused with the Thunder Dome. LS is a new member. Hey, babe. And Holly Ann says, let's go. We're all feeling very witchy tonight. Jimmy and I have discussed how Auntie Deb and I have always discussed how we are to become one with our environment. Is it a coven? We don't know. But has he had me put dimes into trees? Like I will walk around, I will see a maple tree, and then I'm like, thank you, maple tree, for being you. And then I'm throwing a dime into the ground, digging it in, burying it, paying an actual tree to just be there. Okay. Thank you for giving me what? Some carbon dioxide for my lungs to accept and then to breathe back out to feed you, because we're all a symbiotic relationship. And guess what happens, Lovey, when the symbiosis is off? Things get a little gnarly. There was some gnarly things happening. But I think that everything is coming back together because today is magic. And I will tell you why. There has been a lot from the other side has been chirping. And when I say chirp, chirp, cluck, clucking all over town, a Nurse Kim in a garage pee video has circulated between 26 and 58 times. Thanks to who? Good old Micmac Gaffney. Okay. Keep posting it, friend, because just because I'm a girl who 6 years ago liked to have a good time, went to her best friend's house and piddled in a garage because, I laugh. Oh, okay. What? Did she need a panty liner? Probably. Keep posting it, ya prick. Ha ha. All right, I'm adding to the stage. Here we are. Okay, so let us rewind. We're turning back the hands of time to when, you ask? I don't fucking know. But yesterday, I believe. So let me go. It is us. We are here. Okay. We're going to go all the way back. Trut, trut, ew. Ew. That was to Gaff. Oh, and then we're going to say hi to Noni. She's in Sicily. Oh, so much. Oh, and then we're dancing by the light. I didn't even know today was happening. This was yesterday. Are we psychic? Potentially. All right. So last night, I find this little gem. Okay. This little gem hiding. And we're going to click on it. So it said that former trooper Michael Proctor had ended his highly publicized pursuit for reinstatement to MSP after last Friday's hearing revealed another bombshell personal cell phone extraction. It said that hundreds of thousands of items, text, chat, video, dated as far back as 2013, were currently being under review. The Commonwealth identified materials it believed discovery in the King case. And then it had a little asterisk and said, and in other cases, Proctor was a witness. Specific verbiage in the Commonwealth filing included disclosure of, quote, exculpatory information arising from an unrelated grand jury proceeding that may be disclosed without an order of the court unless a protective order is sought by the prosecution. Note to self, the prosecution will absolutely try to get a protective order. Why? Because they suck and because they would like everything to be hidden. An amended motion footnote provided clarification that Proctor changed phones in February of 2024, and he thought he set up an auto delete every 30 days, at which time his counsel and defense counsel had proffered that, quote, it was unlikely Mr. Proctor had any relevant information in his possession regarding the King case. Unfortunately, his iCloud determined that was a lie. Bazinga, I put that. MSP telephone policy and Article 5, I looked up their rules and regulations, outline that a department-issued device is supposed to be used for official business. I was unable to locate the CHIP SOP for texting 9 friends from first grade to disclose info on an active homicide investigation of a Boston police officer, John O'Keefe, within the first 8 hours of MSP taking over the case. Mr. Betterow and I discussed this very topic yesterday in Sunday service, and I believe that Proctor's conduct was illuminated in the Reed case, but insidious and pervasive in his career. The real question is, how many other families, victims, and defendants will be impacted by Proctor's malfeasance? And could it lead to criminal charges? I did 2 clocks and a boom, which equals tick, tick, boom. I can't. All right, Lovey. So this is the most important one to look at. And attorney Melanie Little, our girl, our queen, has already gone over this. But there was a document entitled The Privilege Log on court-ordered due date of September 26th, 2025. The extraction had yielded hundreds of thousands of items, some of which are dated as far back as 2013. The volume of items was unexpectedly larger than the representations of Proctor's counsel regarding the cell phone. Review of the extraction is underway, and the Commonwealth has identified materials that it reasonably believes to be discoverable under Mass Crim 14B in the King matter, and in other cases, Proctor was a witness. In the matter of a grand jury investigation, disclosure of the exculpatory information arising from unrelated grand jury proceeding, part of prosecutor's official duties, and may be disclosed without an order of the court, unless prosecutor seeks protective order limiting disclosure. In addition, where appropriate and consistent with the Commonwealth's obligations, the Commonwealth will produce pertinent information to individual law enforcement agencies. The Commonwealth further proffers that it reasonably believes it will be able to and is making efforts to that end to produce information deemed to be discoverable from these text chats and video audio files from the extraction of Proctor's personal cell phone on October 24th, 2025. Okay, so that's in the future. Oh, okay, so they want to make sure that they're going to give it to us on the 24th. Is that correct? However, the Commonwealth is requesting additional time to comply with the order in King and other cases to review other files and extractions from his cell phone. So then it goes down, this footnote 2 was everything. And it says that on July 25th, 2025, and on August 12th, 2025, a motion filed and amended gave a clarification that the iPhone was changed in 2024, and he did not preserve his old phone. After activating his new phone in February 2024, he used the auto delete feature, which is like, yeah, okay, except God is a woman. And she said, no, thank you, sir. Okay. And when the counsel proffered, therefore, regardless of the time frames, the court order is now was clarified that it's unlikely that Proctor had any relevant information. Again, his iCloud has betrayed him. Okay, so now we back up. I also, Lovies, if you look up on Mass State Police, they have this Department of State Police, it's general orders. Their telephone use and access says that the policy defines the proper use of all department telephones for all forms of communication, including voice, text, multimedia, and native or third-party applications on a cellular telephone. All department-issued telephones are intended for official business only. Within the content of this policy, the term, quote, employees shall refer to sworn and civilian department members. And so, like, I was thinking to myself, okay, can you use your personal cell phone? Yay or nay? And the answer, Lovies, is nay. We should not be using our personal cell phones when you are a sworn officer, okay? Like, you should not be providing any case updates. You should not be talking about defendants. You should not be allegedly, word on the street, says that he had potentially been making like racist comments about not only defendants, but also potentially his own colleagues. And I know that like detractors will say you shouldn't have this information. You shouldn't be given access to his personal devices. But the fact of the matter remains, if you guys or these guys are communicating things about official business of Mass State Police on your personal phone, then that's fair fucking game, in my opinion. Okay. Now, I think of it as myself. I think of it as a Massachusetts registered nurse. I think about like our patients' privacies and the family of our patients' privacy. And there would never be a time in which I thought it appropriate for me to ever, God forbid, say anything like he did with the derogatory terms about Karen Reed, weaponizing her medical conditions, talking about her body, sexually harassing and objectifying her, talking about trying to get Dr. Irene Scorti-Bello going for 2 meetings, right? And him and DeChico going back and forth, that if they had gone, they would have got a homicide designation. And this is the stuff I'm saying that it is fair game, because there has to be lines drawn in the sand of professional conduct. And his specific for Mass State Police, they have an ordinance or a policy and procedure, SOP, if you will, standards of practice, for the use of cell phones, like being department issued. So it says department employees shall adhere to Massachusetts general law, MSP policies and procedures for their applicable collective bargaining, their union agreements, and or the red book, the big red book, kind of like my big burn book that is growing every day with the trolls online. The department telephone should not be utilized in a manner that interferes with an employee's official duties and responsibilities. All telephone-related communications shall be conducted in a professional manner, providing appropriate information and assistance to callers where applicable. All telephone use, including but not limited to voice recordings, call history, text and multimedia messaging, photos, videos, and native or third-party applications of use, is subject to public records law and litigation related to discovery. Oop, oop. It is in your handy-dandy notebook. Okay? Blues Clues, motherfucker. Michael Proctor. Because you knew it. You and all your buddies. And cellular telephone shall not be utilized to circumvent radio communication in the ordinary course of department-related business, except in exigent circumstances wherein an officer's safety could be otherwise compromised. Boom. All right. And then I always just like to shove it directly up his poop chute. And I like to talk about the principles and code of ethics for Mass State Police, because let's go down a list of all of them in which we feel there may have been a vast and horrific breach of his ethics. All members and civilian employees shall abide by this code of ethics, which is a reflection of the organizational values of the Massachusetts State Police and is adopted as a general performance standard for all members and civilian employees. 1, we shall respect the diversity of and be sensitive to all people. Oh, shall we clutch? Shall we clench? Shall we kegel? Okay, we shall accept our responsibility to the public by being punctual in our engagements and expeditious in the performance of duty. 3, we shall regard our office as public trust, and in the discharge of our duties, be mindful of our primary obligation to serve the public efficiently and effectively. 4, we shall administer the law in a just, impartial, and reasonable manner, affording the same reasonable treatment to all cases. Oh. 5, we shall recognize the limitations of our authority and at no time use the power of our office for personal advantage. Okay. And or gifts. Okay. Tell Lizzie, get one for Lizzie. Just get her a gift because I'm handling this. Number 6, we shall be true to our obligations as custodians of public property. Cass still can't get her phones. And number 7, we shall not diminish our integrity or limit our effectiveness by accepting gratuities or favors from persons, businesses, corporations, or any McAlbert. Nope, it wasn't in there, but should have been. Okay. Yep. Absolutely. Glow says, just proves it. Karma is here. Absolutely, Melanie Lewis. Wow. Val, I know, right? And Joey Kane, just something small, right? Just get her a little something. Just enough to say, I covered for you. Don't make it weird. Okay. So from that, that was what we originally heard, was that Proctor bowed out of his reinstatement because he was supposed to have 3 days of hearings this week. Well, babes, there was more, as there always is. Things do not look as they appear. So last night, I get this little diggity bombshell. And I write, the plot thickums. Proctor did not bow out from his appeal, but rather the new discovery, cell extraction, resulted in the Mass Police Association Executive Board voting to unanimously sever all support for his appeal. Oh, I'm sorry. That is very interesting. And what say you, Mass Board? It says, following the discovery of new evidence from Michael Proctor's cell phone, the State Police Association of Massachusetts Executive Board unanimously voted to sever all support for his appeal. We hope this decisive move closes a deeply embarrassing chapter in the state police history, Union President Brian Williams said in a statement. Okay, Levies, take it in. Come close to me. Let us pray. Brian Williams is the Mass State Police Association president, right, of the union. And unions are great. They are wonderful for our police officers. My dad loved the union. And they are for the rights of the employee, for the rights of the police officers. And when used in a positive for bargaining and all of those matters, absolutely, we need it. However, Brian Williams and the entire executive board was on par, and they were they unanimously supported Proctor after Karen Reed's trial. Okay. So they had seen the cell phone extraction from Kaz's trial. They saw it all. They knew everything that was within that extraction. And it didn't move them. They said he still deserves his job. And that gives me such a electric shot to my butt. Like, I feel like I'm not even grounded, okay? Like a lightning struck, and it has reverberated through the entire Commonwealth to know that whatever is in this extraction made the board that was absolutely fine with him calling her a whack job, see you next Tuesday, about talking about her medical conditions, about giving civilians information on active crime scenes and cases. No problems anywhere. What in the world is in this new extraction? What? What is it? Because yes, I believe if it is racist remarks, there is no place for racism in policing. But there was also no place for sexism or sexual harassment or attempting to coerce a medical examiner or talking about accepting bribes. So I don't know about you, but it makes me 100% think that, and of course we don't know, but I think there's more. And I think that the verbiage that was used by the Commonwealth in that filing about grand jury information that was not related to the King case, I think that this is going to absolutely blow up Mass State Police. And I do not believe in my heart of hearts that Michael Proctor is going to be the only person or the only one of Troop D, right? I think it was Troop D that will be affected. Is this the fumigation that our emotional support attorney, Mr. Mark Betterow, had told us about? Is this the light that we needed to shine and find out what in the fuck was going on behind the curtain? Because I want you to take me to the wizard. All right? I want to go to the Wizard of Waverly Place. I want to go to the Wizard of Oz. I want to go to fucking Gandalf. Take me to the wizard. And I want everything to be shown. Know what I'm saying? Yes, Sharon Mack. Oop, oop, the cockroaches are coming. And they come out when you put on the light, they scatter. So this is the light, and we all shall see. Hogwarts, motherfucker. Yes, Kelly, absolutely. So this is it. All right, so now back over here. So we collectively lose our gourd over that last night. I'm like, oh, because everyone wanted you to believe that Proctor was just bowing out gracefully, which we should have known that he wouldn't have. But now we know that it actually is a severing unanimously. And I find the verbiage again from the union president, Brian Williams, deeply embarrassing chapter in the state police history. Let's see how far you shall embarrass us. Lovies, this is Messina. We're going to Italy. This is Messina, and my mother, Noni, is in Sicily. She went for 12 days or 11 days, and when she pulled up at the port, she's on a cruise. Like, she flew to Italy, and then now they're cruising everywhere, and she got into the port at Messina, and that's where we're from. My grampy came over to the United States of America as an immigrant in 1919, I believe. He was 16 years old, and he came over with his family. And well, actually, I lied. He only came over with 3 of his brothers. And then after the boys got settled and got jobs, then they came back from my Aunt Mary, my Aunt Grace, and my grandpa's mother and father, my great-grandparents. So when my mother had docked, the guy looked at her customs at the port and saw her last name, her maiden last name, and they said, "Welcome home" to her. And she cried. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just so happy for her, and I'm thrilled, and I love you, Ma, and I hope you're having so much fun. and you deserve it. And I hope someday I can go, and we have cousins that are there, and it's just incredible to know that she is having that experience and she deserves it. So love you, Ma. And then let me get out of that. Okay. So we're all sitting there this morning. I know, right, Joey Kane? I know, no. And she's eating all the good foods. So this morning we're all up in arms, and we're like, okay, and we're talking all about the Proctor situation. And I'm seeing everything that the antis are saying, and they're like, oh, shut up, Kim, bah. And like, there's no framing, no one framed Karen Reed. And I'm like, okay, get a life. Let's see what everything comes up for, because I'll tell you one thing. Officer John O'Keefe was never struck by a vehicle, and a vehicle never struck Officer John O'Keefe. And in the midst of me in a battle royale with one of the biggest walking assholes on the World Wide Web, Gaff, I get an update, and it comes through media. I don't get it from Aiden doesn't tell me this, and neither does Mr. Betterow. And I know that Aiden is live at like 12:30, 1 o'clock or so, right? And I find this. I go, oh. Lovies. Okay. Commonwealth versus Aiden Carney. A null prosecute. Now comes the Commonwealth in the above entitled matter and enters a null pro on the matter pursuant to Mass Crim 16A. The Commonwealth states that as grounds, therefore, the interest of justice requires such filing. Today, dated October 22nd, 2025, Turtleboy's case, the Lindsay Gattani case, the 2024 case, has been dismissed. It's been thrown out. And I immediately thought, like, I was shaken like a leaf, because Mr. Betterow had posted that all cases that were attached to Lindsay Gattani, that they would be thrown out or dismissed as well. So in my mind, I was like, oh my God, we just freed Turtleboy, because everything except the March 2025 case, aka T-Rex, okay? T-Rexin at CF McCarthy's. Well, the night of that, of D&E Pizza, when him and Will were walking home and had a window intimidation moment, and rapped songs. Okay, we could do that we could go to an establishment, good sir. No longer, we shall not intimidate a window moving forward. But everything else, every other case but 2025 is Lindsay is attached to in some way, because she could be a witness, right? Because she has been a witness and was connected with Jennifer McCabe. She is the reason her and Natalie would be what was the information that was obtained in order to start that actual witness intimidation claim or that case. So all of these are still, there's two, the 2023 and the 2025 are still open, right? 2025 is going to have to, like, we're going to have to, I guess, fucking repent for talking to a window one night, okay? Like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I rapped in a window, okay? We'll do it. 10 Hail Marys, 10 Our Fathers, $250 fine on it. However, the 2023, because of its connection with Lindsay Gattani and the prosecutor of of Cosgrove, not Causey G. I think I've been liking Cosgrove a little bit too much because I like Causey G. But if he gets out, or he is no longer, he recuses himself from 2023, then it's over. It's over, lovies. I am feeling like so happy for Aiden. And I feel like it was such a long time coming. And I know that it's not over, but this is the first step. And this dismissal is everything. And this is the house of cards falling as we speak. Do you understand the significance of this? I know Mr. Betterow got on with Melanie, and I have to go watch that show. I was trying to listen. I was doing 50,000 other things. And I know that him and we have all talked about the fact that they have put in the defense team for Aiden has absolutely done the motion to dismiss that is going to be heard on 12/5. They have done requests for removal of Cosgrove from the 2023 case. And because now it wasn't stateless anymore because it's been dropped, right? The 2024 Lindsay Gattani case is dropped. So the 30 days didn't matter anymore as of today because it was dropped. Now, if Norfolk County knew what was good for it, and if Michael the Meatball himself, Morrissey, had any integrity, which I have not seen that in this office, do the right thing and free Turtleboy. Dismiss 2023. Dismiss it. Karen Reed has been found not guilty, in my opinion, twice. Okay? In my opinion, the sham of a prosecution that you did to her will never be forgiven. For the pain that you put the O'Keefe family through, the Reed family through, and you did it twice. So now for you to continue this witch hunt, that's why we're bewitching on a Wednesday, to continue this witch hunt for Aiden, for asking tough questions of witnesses that he thought were full of shit. It's not a crime. He spoke up in public places and asked you shit and said shit to you that you didn't want to hear. And I get it. I get that it can hurt your feelings. But at the end of the day, he did not ask you to anyone to change their testimony. He did not try to blackmail anyone. He did not try to physically harm anyone and say, if you don't do this, then I will do this. I'm going to break your knees. Nope. Nobody said anything about physical harms or harm or violence. So without that, I don't understand how we're still here. And I really question, when you look at the proctor of it all, right? Like, how is Michael Proctor and Yuri Buchanan named in the 2023 case? To me, that has always been a huge overstep in the Commonwealth's prosecution and their charging, even because police officers are allowed to be criticized. You are supposed to protect and serve. Even Judge Beverly Cannoni, who was full of baloney, if you will, for most of the case, still allowed Aiden to be in the courtroom when Buchanan and Proctor testified because they were public servants. And because it doesn't matter if you hurt a police officer's feelings and you said, hey, you did a fucking you did a real bad job. Hey, guess what? I don't think you investigated this. And a jury of Karen Reed's peers agreed. So I say all of this to say this. If the Norfolk DA's office knew what was right and what was good for them, they would stop wasting taxpayer money and they would let it go. Let it go like Elsa from Frozen. Because it's making an ass out of you and me. The fact that we have to all get up here and still talk about how unbelievably unjust this has been for Aiden, and that you're still getting ridiculed by not only our local state, but by the entire country, and the world sees the egg on your face, D.A. Morrissey. No one will take 2024, and Cosgrove needs to recuse himself. I mean, not 2024, the 2023 case, and Cosgrove should recuse himself. And again, as for the 2025 case, you know, God forgive us all for talking shit to a window. Okay. The cold never bothered me anyway, says NR. Yes. Yes. Okay. So huge day for Aiden. Huge day for Turtles. Really rough day for John DePietro, who said to himself, "Listen, Turtle," 5 times. Okay. In the mirror, I heard. Word on the street. So after that, right? So I'm blacked out. I'm like, holy shit, we're free and all the shit is happening. The parts are moving, right? And I say, wow, what a world. And then I get hit with this one, lovies, and I say, 3 for 3. Woo-hoo! Here it is. Bam. Oh, profile, because I don't know where to go. Okay, let's pull it up. All right, babes. Are we ready? Commonwealth of Massachusetts, probate and family court. Justin versus Kelsey Fitzsimmons. The defendant filed a motion for a writ of habeas corpus. Okay. Now comes the defendant, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and respectfully requests for a writ of habeas corpus to be issued for the defendant to appear in person to Western Massachusetts Women's Correctional Facility in Chicopee, returnable for the hearing scheduled tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., October 23rd, 2025. As grounds, the defendant's counsel reports that her client is currently being held at the Western Massachusetts Women's Correctional Facility and will not be transported unless a writ of habeas corpus is issued. Wherefore, the defendant requests that the writ is issued and faxed to a facility and any other relief the court deems proper. Okay, so this is for tomorrow for the probate and family court department. There is a hearing for Kelsey. Now, throw up all the hearts for Kelsey. So, babes, when you think about your writ of habeas corpus, I want to just read the definition because I was like, oh, my. So, a writ of habeas corpus in a court order that demands a person in custody be brought before a court. Here it is. To determine if their imprisonment is lawful. Translated from Latin as "you have the body," it is a legal tool used to challenge illegal detention and ensure that individuals are not held without a valid legal reason. It functions as a check against arbitrary government power and is fundamental to safeguard of persons' freedom against unlawful imprisonment. The function and purpose is proves legality of detention. The writ requires the custodian to bring the prisoner to court and provide a valid legal reason for their detention. It challenges the detention, not the conviction. It is a distinct No, it is distinct from a direct appeal. Instead of challenging the guilt or innocence, it challenges the legality of the current confinement itself. It focuses on legal grounds, and it is used to examine jurisdictional defects or other legal issues that may invalidate the authority to detain someone. So I am going to say this to you, lovies, if you believe in prayer, if you believe in the power of Tiny Mary and Tiny Jesus and our coven that we have built here together over the last fucking 3 years, I beg of you tonight to hit your knees, okay? And say that tomorrow at court, may Kelsey be released. May she be released with scram testing, with anything that is needed. But dear God, Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth, please allow Kelsey to go home. Please, God, she does not deserve to be behind bars in a criminal facility in Western Massachusetts when all she did was request to have another form or another methodology for a alcohol testing in which she complied to every single day. God, please find it in the heart of the judge to grant Kelsey to go home so that she may heal and that she may work towards being reconnected with her baby who needs his mom, and that she may reclaim the power of herself and in her own life, that she is not going to be trampled on by this man that she used to love or a system that she swore to protect and to aid in our communities as a police officer. We will not allow Kelsey to continue to pay a price for something she did not do, and she deserves her freedom, Lord. Please grant it to her tomorrow. In your name we pray. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I am hopeful because I think this was a very smart way for Kelsey's team, for Tim Bradle, our dapper dude, to get around having to do another appeal, although the full panel of the SJC levies is still on the books. It's on the books. But if we're throwing a Hail Mary, let's throw it. Throw it for Kelsey. And allow it to be like, allow this Hail Mary to be thrown like Tom Brady in Super Bowl 51 to the hands of Rob Gronkowski in the end zone. Let us win. Let us pray. And let us have this judge do justice. Because we know that Judge Kathleen has not. All of the love, all of the purple hearts for Kelsey. And Lovey's in the description. Oh, if any of my moderators are here, Loveys, could you please put Kelsey's Give Send Go into our chat room? And I know that it is in the video description. Because I pray that Kelsey gets out tomorrow, but she's still going to need a significant help from us. And I know Mazza did such a beautiful job. I'm so thankful for him for doing another Sunday fundraiser for Kelsey. And we had on the panel, it was like a mom's panel. We had Boston Bio, we had Lauren, we had Nan, and Mikey came on, and of course Mazza. And it's just like, and I'm so sorry if other people went on afterwards, but it was just another example of us all coming together and seeing that what is able to happen and the mountains that you are able to move with your voice, with your, contribution in any way that you see fit, talking to your friends, posting something online, joining a Facebook group, or even, giving something as kind as $5. That makes a difference. And I hope that it's keeping Kelsey's spirits up, because she is away right now. And she is trying to get through. I'm sure every hour sucks. Every minute sucks. And we make it better if she's able to read a letter. Or if she knows through her team that, like, we've got her back. And that's what's so profound and so impactful about this community. And I love your faces for every fucking thing that you have done for others and being in service to others. It is not lost on me, lovies, in any way, shape, or form. And it is powerful. And yes, Glow says the world has gone crazy. Let's find some order. Let us find all the order back. And Joey Kane, purple hearts for Kelsey. I love that. NK, it's in family court tomorrow. Yes, Ashley Oaks, I know that. But the writ is she's still being put in front of a judge. So in my opinion, they're going for the Hail Mary, babe. And the writ is going to say, I don't want to be in front of Judge Kathleen. I'm in front of another judge. And I think that they're going to challenge the detention of Kelsey in family court. Just saying. So let us see. Let us see and let us pray. Again, that's the big takeaway for me in this one. Okay. What else happened? Woo! Okay. Oh, also, lovies, if you are Merrimack Valley, Bob Ward, I love Bob Ward. Okay. Bob Ward has been like my homeboy, not really, but like in my brain since I was like a small child. And I remember back when Molly Bish went missing a long time ago, in 2000. And he's been very good to Heather Bish, the sister of Molly Bish, who still is an incredible woman. I follow her on TikTok. And I actually had her on one of my first shows on YouTube, and she's still seeking justice from Molly. But he posted today that there is a lady, a lovely young lady, 47-year-old Jill Kloppenberg, has not been seen since January. Her friends and family fear the worst. Please call Tewksbury Police at 978-851-7373 with tips. And this just shows, so she was last seen in Lowell on January 2nd, and she has a tattoo on her Lowell back, a tribal design. And she's about 5'3" and 120 pounds, a little skinny thing. And she was 47 years old at the time of her disappearance. Again, she has been missing since January 2nd, and she was living at a temporary housing with roommates and was reported missing on February 26th of 2025. And if you have any information, that would be amazing to help. Okay. What else? What did I put in here? Did I share this link to myself? Oh, we have more. Lovies, this was are you blacked out? Tell me, are you blacked out right now? Has it been a day? Like, you want to talk about a news cycle, babe? This felt like this was weeks in the making. I was like, oh, it's all happening. I couldn't keep up with everything coming out. Okay, so here was Mayberry versus Mad. This is an incredible Twitter account. And they said, remember when Commissioner Cox said, I didn't even know this person, Kelly Deaver. Dever was associated with Karen Reed, right? There was this big, huge hoopla that he was like, oh, me? I've never. He clutched his pearls. He clenched his butt. He may have giggled. And he goes, I don't know her. Who? That's what he said. Well, public records request found out from this oh my God, do I not follow you? Oops, now I do. Marbury versus Mad. Now I follow you. Sorry, babe. She gets this public records request on Thursday, February 22nd, 2024 at 6:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It says, sir, I hope all is well. Just a reminder, the documents were released to the DA's office late last night. The officer we spoke about is Calendar. If you have any questions at all, feel free to call me. And I don't know what that means, very respectfully or virtual rebound, Steve. Okay. This is Steve Kelleher. Oh, Kelleher. I don't know who he's related to, but just saying that we knew that they were speaking about her. And this is before she ever even went to trial. This was before even trial 1. And you guys had already talked about it. You talked about it. And then you had a meeting with her at your office. And you told her to what? Do the right thing. Oh, Commissioner Cox, quick question. Should you be charged with witness intimidation? Because that's what Aiden told Jennifer McCabe and Matt McCabe. He said, tell the truth. Cool. So, Kelly ended up being a witness. I would just wonder, like, maybe everyone should be held responsible for the bullshit that you people do. Just my opinion. Okay. Oh, and then says email is the same timing as the TUI dump. Welcher's emotional support laptop. This is incredible. Okay, so let's turn back the hands of time, lovies. We're going back. This is February of 2024, and we get the FBI TUI dump. We know that it's 3,000 pages of what we believe to be exculpatory information, that including the ARCA initial report saying that multiple PhDs had come to the conclusion that a vehicle could not have caused the injuries and death of Officer John O'Keefe on January 29th, 2022. And Adam Lally, Mr. Lally, he goes, yeah, JK, it's like 95% not exculpatory. Well, wait a minute. If there's 5% exculpatory information in a report that came from the FBI, Lally, why did you go forward if you had exculpatory information in a high profile murder case of a Boston police officer? Why didn't you review ARCA and say, holy shit, because they were available to both the defense and the prosecution? And in a shocking twist of events, the prosecution did not use the DOJ and the FBI contracted team. They end up just saying, like, hey, we have Trooper Paul, and he says it. He made it make sense. And then in trial 2, you ended up getting Judson B. Welcher spreading his load. Oh, for one time, for old time's sake, lovies, we've got to do it. We have to. Why? Because we are gluttons for punishment.
But what happens when I spread my load out, when I lay on my bed like this?
Yeah, you lose. You lose. So Cox was in in communication, okay, incommunicado with Steve Kelleher, not to be confused with Tom Kelleher, aka that is Canton Police Department. And I found that to be shocking. Tell them everything. Everything. Okay? Kelly, what's happening? Who told you, you little Veruca Salt? Oh, and also, Levies, I sent this to myself because in case of witness intimidation, T-Rex was en route to the Museum of Science in 1972. This is an old Boston T-Rex. And this also could have been considered Aiden in front of D&E Pizza. Thank you. Somebody send me away. Send me away. Okay. Yup. Okay, we're doing this. This was was T-Rex intimidating people. Look at him. Oh, God, help us all. T-Rex arms. Kazi, I like you too much, okay? You're making me be too lenient with the actual Cosgrove. So start being a dick. Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. Thank you. All right, what else? Anything else, Levies, that you were thinking about or you wanted to discuss? I just wanted to have a moment with our coven and tell you all that you are the smartest and the prettiest to ever do it. This has been what a day in this Commonwealth and in the cases that matter, and that we sit here and we have really tried to show patience and to show grace and to continue to just advocate for what is right in these situations and in these cases where we feel that it has been anything but just and fair. And that's all you want. That's all I want. There's not to be special treatment for individuals, including but not limited to Kelsey Fitzsimmons, Karen Reed, Aiden Carney, Sandra Birchmore. We're not looking for special treatment in these cases. We're looking for fair and equitable justice at the hands of prosecution and judges in this Commonwealth and beyond. All right. Okay, Levies, I love everything about you. Now, hold on. I'm removing this right now. Okay, I'm going to say hello. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, I'm going to say hello to our 18 best friends who have sent me tiny starred individuals here. We have Carla has become, oh no, I lied. She has gifted 5 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. And where are we going? To Centerfolds in Worcester to shake our money makers. We have LS has also become a YouTube member consensually at my house. I appreciate you. Joey Kane doling out those 5 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. He is the original non-consensual membership. And thank you, Stephanie Anna, for becoming a new member at my house. Robin G, put all comments on, babes. It changed my life. I was always thought I'd be in people's chats and I'd be like, I can't see you. Are you here? Am I here? I'm lost in a chat. Typical. And Robin said, all comments. So every time she sees me in a chat, I thank her for reminding me to put on all comments. All right, babes. And Betsy, God, I love you more every day. I love you more every day. Okay. Look at it. We're in a coven. Stop. I'll get my cauldron. All right. Do you have a broom? Do you have a Roomba? I don't even know. I would like to get a black cat potentially. Archie's ma says, Kim, where'd you get that sweater? It reminds me of a tennis sweater I got at the Weather Vane circa 94. Oh, please. Hold on. What does it say? Express. Express. It's definitely clearance. This must, yeah, I'll try to find the receipt. Well, I won't have the receipt because I know it's a couple years old, but definitely express and always on the clearance rack, babe. And then, Dina says, Lizzie Proctor should be criminally charged for trying to get supporters fired from their jobs. Oop. Dina, I agree. And I think that this case, and especially Lizzie Proctor in her kitten heel, okay, she's an HR representative. She's a woman in HR, not a woman in STEM, but a woman in HR would know better than to call places of employment. I don't know whom she called, but I have heard that. As somebody who specifically had my job called, and the board of nursing called because of my opinion on a public case multiple times, it is frightening. It is scary. And you know, lovies, like, I'm not coming at anyone in a way that, like, I'm saying I know what happened on January 29th. I've never done that. Not one day in my life. Do I have an opinion? Yes. But I always tried to keep it factual. And in my position was that Karen did not injure or unalive Officer John O'Keefe. It was not my job to figure out who did. It was Mass State Police, and they didn't do their job. And I think that it is beyond fucked up when things happen online and you are attacked by people and then they take it to the streets. I don't think it's appropriate on any front. I don't agree with anyone calling people's employers or people calling, family members, anyone, So I think that she'll pay. Listen, here's the thing. You get what you give in the long run. So sit back, and I think that all of us can actually look and say truthfully, spiritually, like, if you can sleep at night and you can put your head on the pillow and go, I'm not fucking with somebody's soul. I wouldn't ever want a family to not be paid because or not have insurance or have food on the table because you hate me because I talk about a case. That's abnormal. And I know that none of us are doing it, right? But that will come around, and again, the circle, it will all come back to you. What you put out comes back tenfold. Oh my gosh. And Lynn, thank you so much for a $49.99 super sticker. I appreciate you. And Tracy Cooley says the union lawyer bowing out is huge. Not only the union, the union lawyer bowing out, the union saying, no, thank you. All right. The union saying, oops, we don't support, is going to be quite a message that is not only sent, but I'm dying to know what was in those messages that they had seen already. And Random Girl says, from your lips to God's ears, Kimmy, let's see Tully's phone. Whoop! Where do all the roads lead back, lovies? All roads in Karen Reed's case, as it relates to Mass State Police, in my humble opinion, lead back to Tully. It, like, Proctor, yes, absolutely, didn't do his job. Made a lot of choices that he shouldn't have done. But when you even go back to Karen Reed's Lexus vehicle being towed to Canton Police Department on January 29th, 2022, that didn't come from Proctor. He testified he didn't make that decision. And then we also had chief of police. Gosh, I'm blanking right now on her name. Oh, that's terrible. She said, we didn't do it. And who was the boss? It didn't come from Yuri. It was always Tully. If you look at Karen Reed's her cell phone right now from the 2024 witness intimidation attempted coup on her. No, just kidding. But like actual to get charges on her for witness intimidation prior to her first trial. That warrant was signed by Brian Tully. His hands are in everything. They touch every single piece of this case, in my opinion. And Caitlin Ann says, I just wanted to see my name pinned in the chat. I love your face. And Kate, I love yours. I'm calling you after this stream because I tried to call you back this morning, but you didn't answer the phone. And then we were playing a little grab ass. We were playing grab ass like at the waterfall. I love you. And Joey Kane, thank you for doling out 1 non-consensual Nurse Kim membership and then hitting me with, boom, working for it. Working for that one. Put me on a stage. I love you, Joey Kane. And Wen says, TB, you effing rock, F Proctor, F them all. Kings always come out on top. Get that money. 60 days locked up, get paid. Okay, what I like to say is get that bread, get that head, then leave, right? So, mazel to Aiden Carney, first of his name, all right, turtle to all. He is going to come out victorious on this one. Lovies, have the faith, keep the faith. The rest of the house of cards will crumble. And in the end, I pray for Aiden and for Karen to get what they deserve civilly because they have been warriors and they have fought. And they have fought through a system in a David and Goliath-like scene, right? Every boundary has been crossed. Every line has been drawn in the sand. And the Commonwealth continued, in my opinion, to habitually line step on both of them, on their civil rights, on their constitutional rights. And when you choose to play with fire, the blessed and highly favored will come out on top. And in this case, that is Karen and that is Aiden. Do not bet against them. Okay. EKG says, did you see Brenda the Baller Sweeney at Select Council last night? Clutch, clench, Kegel, mic drop. EKG, I didn't see Brenda. I love Brenda Baller Sweeney, though. So whatever she did, I want to give 3 snaps and a hey to her for kicking ass and taking names and for never allowing that group of Canton Select Board fuck faces like stand on her and trample her rights. She has always come up with like some of the best limericks of our time. Okay. And she also has such conviction and power in her voice that I love to listen. I will go back and listen to Mikey's. And Laura C., thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member, lovey. And then Thunder Horse says, make me a mod so I can get rid of stupid troll Spine Lamb. Babe, I'm going to make you a mod. I just don't know how to do that right this second. I can do it on my cell phone. So I'm going to go back through the comments and I'll make you a mod. Thank you. I don't know who that Lamrod is. Peter A. Learning to Paint has become a YouTube member. Thanks for joining my house, babe. And then Tara has been a member for 5 months at my house. You don't have to. You don't have to. Bid me adieu anytime, Tara. Says, love you, Nurse Kim. You're my fave out of country soul sister. Out of country? Where you from, girlfriend? Are you English? Are you Irish? Are you Scottish? We are sisters, yes. Soul sisters from across the pond. And Courtney says, karma is a patient bitch, and I am not. So thank God for karma being a patient bitch. Cheryl S has become a YouTube member consensually at my house. You are too kind. And Tara also says time for full judicial overhaul from judges to coups. Yes. Listen, it's our voices. It's our voices. It's our votes. It's, of course, the judges are appointed in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which sucks. But make the change. Make the change by participating. When you participate, less fuckery can occur. When we woke up and we took that red pill, lovies, we said we would never go back to sleep again. And when something is brought to our attention, we act. Right? We're awake. Highly awake. Also, bitch, go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, take a nap every once in a while, you lunatic. Music to my soul from Google. Writ of habeas corpus. In family court, focused on child custody and possession rather than criminal confinement. Damn it. All right. So, okay, Lovey. So they're saying, okay. So it's going to be, instead of the baby being with the dad, I thought that they were going to, in my opinion, I thought that they were going to try to get her out from in front of a different judge. Damn it. Then it has to be a custody tactic. Well, we'll see. We can't watch custody court, but wouldn't it be something? Just like say a prayer, just in case, God forbid, right? If it's about if it's about that the father, we're asking for a change in custody from the father to the mother's parents, meaning Kelsey's parents, okay. Or that they have to split and get some rights at least, because we saw and we went over that their motion for grandparents' visitation. But I really wish that they could have, like, because she is being confined, if they could ask and challenge that validity of the confinement. But we will see. Thank you so much for letting me know. I don't ever want to give wrong information. I just thought this was like, I thought I was the only one. I figured I was like, Kim, they're going to go for it. Okay. It's probably an idiot. I'm an idiot. And Lulu Bell has been a member for 10 months at my house. You are too good, Lulu Bell. It is time. It is time for you to let it go because you don't have to be here. All right. Give yourself a break. You've heard a lot of my big old mouth. And thank you, Courtney, for becoming a new member here. And Tara says, meant cops, LOL, from Canada. Oh, my Canadian sister. Okay, let's wear denim one day. We'll wear a denim tuxedo, okay? And we'll watch reruns of Baywatch because I am obsessed with whom? Pamela Anderson. Okay. An angel. She has like chickens and she has a garden and she lives on a lake in Canada. She's the coolest woman ever. And then we've got Allie has been a member for 6 months at Nurse Kim's house and happy to see you after getting my flu shot. Oh, lovey. I know. Sometimes they hurt, right? I used to do flu clinics. I used to love the flu clinics, actually. It was a good time. I would go to CVS's and I would just be like, boop, boop, boo, boop, boop, boo, doo, right? And just talk to everybody. And they were like, oh, we like when you give us a shot, 3 fingers down, boom, right? So I hope that it doesn't hurt too much and just take a little NSAID tonight so that you can get some good seep-ins. And thank you, Jen O, for becoming a new member at my house. You are incredible. Thank you, lovies, for hanging out with me tonight. Who are we? What are we doing? It's 9:00. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because it's not 10 o'clock and it's not 1999. Remember that commercial? Okay. Because my mom didn't know where I was ever. Thank you. But as we lay our heads on the pillow tonight, just know that today was a day that I don't think any of us saw coming. It felt so good to get good news and to see that the tides are turning. And I'll tell you this, lovies, is that stay true to yourself, stay genuine, stay the path, just fucking fuck them all. All right. If they hate us, if they like us, if they love us, awesome. If they hate us, understood. But stay the course, right? And things will always change. The directions and the tides when you're feeling the lowest can only stay challenging for so long. And you keep your faith and keep pushing forward. And I thank you for showing up and hanging out with me on the regular and for everything that you do. Because without you, who the hell am I? All right. I love you guys. Have an awesome night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner coming up. And as